Hey everybody, this is Kelly from Kelly Buys Houses. How y'all doing out there today? Today I wanted to show you a video prop stream here of how to pull a list of financed buyers. Now you may be used to pulling a list of cash buyers, which, as we all know, cash is king. However, on my last deal, um, I had a cash buyer that I did not find on like a cash buyers list. I actually found him on a bandit sign. Anyways, I got hooked up with this buyer, and we did our last deal together. He actually used financing um, to do this wholesaling deal, and like I said, I went out and found this deeply discounted property, and he bought it using financing. Now, so my idea was if I did a deal with my buyer using financing. And I found this one buyer off of a bandit sign. Why not go to PropStream and pull a ton more of these buyers? And it's actually a pretty small list, but I say the more buyers, the better. And let's say you have a deal that you can't find a cash buyer for. Well, you know, a buyer is a buyer. So, I mean, especially if you're having a hard time finding a buyer for a deal, maybe you don't have any cash buyers, or maybe the cash buyers that you do have just aren't interested. So it's just a way of finding more buyers, which might get your deal sold. So let's go over the prop stream filters. So there's no quick list choice. And let me go through the easier filters first. So I took this back a year. You can see today's current date, May 28th. So I took it back about a year to find these buyers. These are people that have bought properties in whatever area you choose. So you do your own city or zip code. But I took it back about a year. So this is all the sales that happened within the last year. I want the people to own, the buyers to own two or more properties. That way we know it's not just like a mortgage for their own house. They got to have at least two or more. And then I want to exclude cash buyers because I will do a separate search to pull a list for my cash buyers. So I don't want any duplicates. I'm gonna exclude cash buyers. Now, the trickier part is how do we find, because we don't want to have everybody in an area, whatever area you choose, to have financing. But we got two or more, and then to whittle it down even further, and I didn't know how to do a percentage on PropStream. So what I did was I took a last sales price, which is what a property actually sold for, within the last year. So in my area, not from Milwaukee, but in my area, um, I just go with the median home price in whatever area you are. So I know in Milwaukee it's quite a bit less, but um, so find your median home price. And I think in my area it's like around 280. So I like to go just below that. You could use your actual median home price if you want. I choose to go just below the median home price. So let's say in my area it's 280. So I'm going to go down to 275. So take your median home price or slightly below and enter that in your estimated value. Now 20,000 is just to weed out, you know, you don't want it to be zero, right? Because then they didn't pay nothing. But so I just started off at 20,000, and then now my last sales price. If you multiply 275,000 by 70%, you get to come out roughly as to 193,000. So why do I do that? I want deeply discounted properties that are bought. So PropStream's valuation, they're valuing the property around 275, and I want to get somebody that actually bought a property that was worth 275 for 193 or lower. So now, if you want to play around with those percentages, you can do whatever you want. I mean, the property that we ended up purchasing was 170,000, so I wanted it to be above that. Now, remember, this is what the actual purchase price was. So, like your buyer would buy it at 170,000, or he would buy it at 190,000. That's what they would actually buy it for. Now, in a wholesale deal, the buyer pays your assignment fee on top of the purchase price. So, like in my case, he bought the property for 170,000. He paid me 10,000, so he was out total of 180,000. But the yeah, props to him. But the he was out 180,000 total, but the property purchase price to the seller was 170,000. So I got my filters up to include the sale price of the last property that we bought it for 170,000. So it's above that 193,000, which was 70 roughly 70% of 275,000, which is just a little below the median house price. And the house that we bought was on 2 acres, but it needed like $60,000 or $70,000 worth of work. Anyways, if you got any questions, feel free to reach out to me. This is kind of how to do a good buy, a good percentage, playing with the median home price or slightly below, and that was my area. So don't put 275,000 in there. Find out what the median home price in your area that you're targeting is, and then set your last sales price at approximately 70%, or if you want to adjust the percentage, instead of 193,000, you could lower that amount. So that would be people buying it at 65% of the estimated value. Whatever you want to do. All right, this is Kelly. Share, like, and subscribe. Out.